Hey guys, it's Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching, doing the trade review primarily for the zones today, right? So, the objective of the zones is to provide clear, concise locations on where to trade without having to um, overthink too much, right? I think thinking during market hours is the enemy of trading. That planning afterwards and aftermarket is the time to think. But while the market's moving, if you're too often, I find, particularly retail traders, they're trying to figure it out and watch and see something magical happen in the dome that just almost never, ever, ever occurs. So, at any rate, my intention with that is this. I'd like to go through the zones, how they set up the trades without looking at anything at all, and then go through and kind of look at how the day set up from a bigger picture and see if we could have seen any shifts in there. So let's get started. First of all, you'll notice that we opened up and we opened in a relatively tight range. Number one, we had the Fed chairwoman speaking right at the opening bell, clearly causing some confusion right out of the gate. I would prefer to try to keep myself safe while the Fed chair is speaking. I chose not to trade in the first half hour. However, from a zone perspective alone, right, you can see how we made the first move into the zone. Let me get my pens up really quick here. Where in the world have I moved? Let's see if I can. Just pause for a second. And we'll grab our pen. And as you'll see, first time into the zone here from underneath, we get rejection down, right? First time into the zone here, we get a push up. Now, I did not take these trades, but I did have people in the room take the trades, and obviously first touch into each of these zones yielded a profit of 6 to 8 ticks, which is my initial scale. Sometimes it's my entire scale, right? It's my entire target on this trade. I'm only trying to get 2 to 4 points a day and 1 to 2 trades per day, and that's more than enough to make an enormous amount of money trading the markets, so long as you can be consistent. So let's continue with our little journey here. You can see then that the market, after consolidating, I call this building a trap for shorts, right? And that's exactly what happened. Shorts tried to press to the downside, and we were obviously able to push out into 2063. You can see the first time into 2063. Look, you came in, you took from the front of that zone almost zero heat. I'm talking about right here, just so everyone can see it, right in here. You took almost no heat from 2063, rotates all the way back down to 2055, right, before giving you any kind of pause. So again, obviously the 6 to 8 ticks was highly attainable for some traders, much more than that, right? Depending on how patient you were with the trade to let it extend out. So let's keep moving, right? So we come down, and you will notice, right, the first time we hit the top of the zone, we did get a response back up, right? So we came up, backside tested this, and then pushed up, came back through the zone. First time, this is not the first time, right? So notice, let's count through this zone real quick so everyone can see this. The objective is, remember, the first touch of the zone. We've now tagged this zone 1, 2, 3, 4 times. The reason why I focus on that first touch is, depending on the market, after you've had that first touch, your odds of that zone breaking, whether it's coming from above or below, extremely high. Zone breaks. What we rotate back down to 2049. Now, I will tell you, we hit 2049 2 times within a 10-minute period. Everyone that had a limit order sitting there, the first time through, 450 contracts went off there. Everyone got filled, and I had multiple people in the room who were able to garner their 2 points out of that 2049, obviously fairly easily, and a few that were patient and got pushed all the way up to 2054, and congratulations to them. So, continuing with the thought process, right? Moving on through the day. So already look, let's take away the Janet Yellen, right? 2 points here, 2 points here, excuse me, think corrected, 2 points here, 2 points here, 4 points for the day, right? First time into the zone here, you can see if you did take the short here, it's at 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. I have a 20-minute limit in the zone. You should have been able to cover flat at worst, on this trade. If you did decide to take the short, again, that was a very small rotation back up, right? We extend all the way up to 2056. This zone's already been thoroughly tested. We're looking for the virgin test of the zone. Now, this is a perfect example right here, guys, of first and second time in the zone. First time into the zone, second time in the zone, second time in the zone, rips right through. It still ends up giving you a rotation up to 2050, but again, 2 points from the top of this zone, second time simply not doable. And you ran the risk of, instead of getting this U-turn that we had here, just getting it swept straight down. Again, that's why my focus is on the highest odds trade. That's the first touch of the zone, and would have kept you safe in here. Again, no one got burnt there. And then at the end of the day, right, trade location is so important through the course of the day. And you can see we had first touch into 2041.26, gives you a rotation up to 2043.25. You were able to obtain your 6 to 8 ticks, even at the end of the day. Though I got to tell you, just like in the first half hour, I am highly cautious about trading in the last half hour, and I don't know that anyone in the room actually took that trade here at the end of the day. Also note that you didn't have to catch this entire down move, right? You didn't have to be bearish. There's plenty of opportunity to be both long and short through the course of the day. This zone got you short at the high. This zone got you long at the low. This zone got you long just beautifully right in the middle of New York lunch for a beautiful rotation back up. 2 points is 6 to 8 ticks is the minimum that we're looking for. Obviously, depending on the trader's skill level, there's often more available. So I'm done with the primary touch of the zones. They were 100% on first touch. And if you're a trader that's looking for an edge, kind of hard to beat. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here and why today was so difficult and some of the places where traders made mistakes. Okay, what traders want to do, they start off, they see this price action over here, they see the gap down, lack of half gap or gap fill, and they see, in addition to that, they see NQ running, right? If we minimize this, you'll see that out of the gate, right? NQ garnered strength right out of the gate, pushed, got it back above yesterday's low, and made a push almost immediately. Oh, I mean to move that. That should be 16.25. There we go. So if we move this over, you can see NQ pushing now. If you observe most days, NQ leads ES. I would expect it to. And so the conclusion, when I was a less mature trader or a less seasoned trader, would have been, oh, ES has to follow, right? Well, actually, I take that back. That was after a while. I would have looked at this and gone, wow, look at NQ run. ES is not lifting. We're consolidating here. We've been here for over an hour. Inability to get half gap or gap fill. We're going to break to the downside. Discipline dictates that you wait for a proper, at least in my trading room, proper rotation up before taking a short. That proper rotation, right, got you into 2063. Everyone who shorted down in here, anywhere from 2058 to 2053, this move up is just enough to clear out all the shorts. Everyone who was aggressive here. And you know there's got to be some guys with heartaches. You know there's someone walking around somewhere going, God, I had the short at 2058 and I got stopped. And the reason for that is most retail traders trade with 6 to 8 tick stops, if that, maybe even 4 tick stops. They just got their clocks cleaned on the downside. Not only that, even worse, a lot of them flipped and went long and got their clocks on the backside test of this structure over here, and they got cleaned back on the killed back on the downside. Very, very important that you understand proper rotation, you're patient, you wait for the right location, and for everything to line up just perfectly, meaning virgin touches zones to take your position, right? Will you miss some market moves? Yes. But let me tell you, being 50-50 in day trading does not pay any bills. That's all I'm going to say about that. Lastly, guys, you can see usually NQ pulls ES up. In this particular case, ES pulled NQ to the downside. You can see it started to waver here at the end of the day. We got back below Wednesday's low. It was obviously a fairly harsh sell-off at the end of the day, and you can kind of see that coming when we got trapped right here going in the last hour. We could not get back above that 2049. And then also notice how nicely the zones are spaced out, right? A lot of people try to go fishing here at this 2045 and just got absolutely murdered. There's a naked VPOC there. And all that being said, to be a trader requires that you understand that there's different seasons and different times for different trades, that you pivot right? And that you have the ability to increase or decrease where the zone, where you're going to take your trades and what kind of market you're in. And it's exactly what kills the majority of retail traders. So, all that being said, rotation size, virgin touch of areas, and knowing exactly what your setup looks like is key. In our particular case in the room, we're looking for first touches zones, right, which were flawless today, and have been for that matter for weeks now, if not months. Actually, I guess going back months. We're looking for tick divergence at key locations. We're looking for, I have a swing indicator. We're looking for divergence on the 5-minute, indicator as well as the 1 minute. And we're being patient and letting the market come to us for our setups. We don't get bearish in the hole. We don't get bullish when we're way up. We're just looking for the trade opportunity that's going to give us a profitable trade and give us our 1 to 2 chances, 1 to 2 opportunities to pull 2+ points out of the market and move on with our day. Anyways, my name is Simon. If you're looking to improve your trading, if you'd like to try out our room, or you're interested in one-on-one coaching, send me an email to tradeandperform@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to accommodate you and give you a 5-day pass into the room where you can see what we're doing on a daily basis. I think it's something special. I think it's given a lot of traders an opportunity to go from being boom bust traders to being consistently profitable traders, and it's a big deal because this can be a damn frustrating business. Anyways, everyone have a great night, and we will talk to you in the morning. See you later, guys. Hope everyone kicked ass.